keep on sleeping. Soldiers, keep on walking, yeah. Well, just on turning. Will not be too long, too long, all too long. Powers keep on lying, while your people keep on dying.
Hi everybody, welcome to a new episode of Be My Guest. It's a great honor for me to be here today with Scott Allen. Welcome Scott to the show.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited
All
to have you here on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure. You live in the region of Nice, in the Nice area.
In the back hills.
In the back hills, yeah. And you're originally from New Jersey, I believe, right?
Yes, sir. East Orange, New Jersey.
Okay. Grew up in a musical family?
No, not a musical family, but maybe in a musical, how do you say, area.
Okay.
You know, area of the East Coast.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, music was like part of everybody's lives when we grew up. And my family, I had 5 brothers and mom, they always listened to music. So
Okay.
music for me was like, I grew up with music all the time. People in the streets, walk down the street, people in their houses, you hear Latin music and American music and radio. So I was just surrounded by music anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what time was this? What years are we talking about?
Well, all my youth until I was like 16, 17. That's when I got turned on into the instruments.
Oh, 16, 17, okay.
Yeah, 16, 17.
So it wasn't that early that you started.
I don't know. My mother brought me a guitar when I was 16 for Christmas or something. I
Okay.
said, well, why'd you buy me a guitar? I don't want to play guitar.
Okay.
Threw it in the closet for a year.
Okay.
Following year, I was looking for something. I forgot what. And I found the guitar, pulled it out, thumb here, and started playing. Well, that's weird. And then it just started playing. That's how I became a musician.
Wow.
So she just maybe had that spiritual thing going on. She knew I was going to play.
Yeah.
But she knew it before me.
Yeah. What year was this? Do you remember more or less?
No, it was I was 17, so that was what? I don't know what year it was. 68 or something. Yeah.
Wow.
No. Yeah, 69, 70. Yeah, 69, 70.
Around that time, yeah.
Yeah. 70, 71, 72. Yeah, 72 maybe.
72, okay.
Yeah, in the last year in high school, I was like a guitarist, and I was the last year that I started, really not being interested in high school and start getting into the guitar and sleeping with the guitar and waking up with the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just starting playing like with everybody, maybe doing gigs. I guess there were a lot of gigs back in the day, right?
No. And for me, when I started playing, I always had to have a friend to kick off with.
Okay.
So I was like playing with a friend, and then I met a dude in a music store who turned me on to a more professional level.
Okay.
He actually taught me I didn't know how to tune my guitar. I was playing for like a year.
That's
Only
a good
on 3
start.
strings,
Okay.
yeah. And he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm playing the chorus to the song. He said, no, you ain't. And he said, you got to learn how to tune your guitar first. Okay. And I was already playing for a year,
Wow.
Yeah, didn't know how to tune the guitar.
But you kind of knew how to tune it, but you tune it your way. You
I
found
tune it
your way.
open.
Oh, open. So
Open strings,
That's
yeah.
kind of like playing like with one finger or something.
No, you had to. That's why he asked me, what kind of chords are you playing? Okay. I was playing open.
All the wrong fingerings and shit, right?
All the fingerings were wrong, so, and I didn't know it. So he told me, you got to learn. Now you got to start all over again.
Oh.
So I started from 17 on. I started playing the guitar again,
Okay.
learning how to play correctly in the chords. And a year later, I turned into a bassist.
Okay.
Yeah, and then from that day on, I was just on bass.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have been such an interesting time to have been around all the music from that time, late 60s, early 70s, all the, American music, like you said, Latin music, and I guess, everybody was so much into music listening to the radio, and you kind of
Well,
when you grew up,
yeah.
you know, you kind of got fed all the tunes that you still play today, right?
Yeah.
Sly and the Family Stone, Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, and you know. Right?
Well, I was lucky enough to be brought up in a multicultural kind of part of the world. So it's like either you had the white stations, what they call white stations, or the rock stations, or you had the soul stations.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lucky enough to listen to the white and the black music.
Oh yeah.
So I grew up with a multi thing as far as music, you know. So I learned all the rock songs. I mean, by ear. You know, I grew up with them.
Yeah.
So I knew all the Beatles and all the hits and all the American Bandstand songs. And then the soul station came on, so I only listened to that for a while. And after a while, I discovered, you know, a group that really tickled my fancy, which was Yes. And from that day on, I was like crazy, had lots of hair and the scars and shit, and playing rock and roll and loud music and
wow, amazing.
You know, I was like the only dude from East Orange, you know, playing white people music. Didn't care. It was good for the ears.
Yeah. It's about good music, right? It can be black or white or whatever. As soon as it's good music,
it's good.
It's good music.
And then if you enjoy the harmonies or whatever, that's what freaked me out, because I was listening to black music, always the same harmonies, the same more or less same styles, and then you go into the white music and it's like, wow, that's some crazy shit. Let's listen to that, you know, and all that. So I appreciated the variety of music.
Of course, yeah. And then you know, speaking of Stevie Wonder, which is still black music, but very rich, with the harmonies and chords and shit.
Yeah. He goes in every country, every inch of your soul. Stevie, he don't care, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Acid jazz, whatever, man. He's out there.
Yeah, he's out there. It's like it's like a genre of his own kind of.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's there. You know,
yeah, me too.
I'm glad he had. You know, I had his influence. People ask me, "What's your influences?" I would go, "Well, the music that my mother listened to. I was influenced by Mahalia Jackson, by the old Sam Cooke records. Really, when I grew up, and that was my initial introduction or influence in the music. But after I became a musician, then I started kind of having a style of music that I wanted to listen to, that I wanted to play. But before that, every influence was my brothers, Mandrill, all the records my brothers used to listen to, and all the radio stations my mom listened to. That's where my influence in music really came from.
Cool. Yeah.
That's why I'm so funky.
You're so funky.
Because of my mom and my brothers, I'm sure. Because they listened to it was like funky people.
Yeah, of course.
I grew up in a funky atmosphere.
Cool.
My brothers was definitely stone cold funky. So,
So and then at some point you made your way to Europe. When was this? How many years ago? Around what year?
This was 77.
77?
Yeah, I was just walking down the street one day looking for a job, and when I came home, I told my mom. I said, "Mom, I joined the army." That was the job I found one afternoon, just walking down the street. Joined the army, and the army sent me a year and a half later to Germany.
Okay.
And then I found myself in Europe, did my service in Europe, got out of the army and stayed in Germany. And then I found myself, and I went down to the south of France on vacation. That's how I got there in 77, 78, 79, somewhere around 79, 80.
Oh yeah, so you've been here since 78, 79?
Since 79, 80.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a few lifetimes. You know. Yeah, you can say that. I've spent a few lifetimes here. Yeah. And still, you know, I love the place. You know.
You love this place, yeah. But you,
something.
Of course. Yeah, I know that too, because I chose to stay here. I came here to study, and then I just, you know, it was love at first sight, the lifestyle and, you know, everything. And
I came down here on vacation.
Yeah.
Drove down from Germany. Jumped out the car. It was the month of April, so it was kind of chilly up in Germany.
April here is nice. Yeah.
I stuck my hand on the car. Weather's nice. I got it, and I looked around. Port of France, down there. I looked around and said, "Yeah, that'll do."
That'll do.
And that was it. Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. So, but have you been going back on a regular basis to the US?
I don't know what you call regular.
I mean, regular would be like, I don't know, every other year or every year?
No. never had that opportunity for some reason. I just didn't go back as often as I should. Years just go by. Maybe when everybody has a chance to go back, it's like when I have to work. It's just summertime, vacation time, and all those things. When the gigs they fall off, it's hard to just take off,
It is. I know.
Yeah, you know the story.
I know the story.
And then after a while, life just goes by. 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And then the certain circumstances prevent you from going back sometimes. You think you're going back, and then something comes up in the international market, or there's fear, and there's all kind of things that they work on. So.
Do you feel nostalgic? Do you miss the U.S. sometimes?
I do. There's a lot of things that I miss. Well, I can only miss the things that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And those things, of course, I have nothing here to remind me of the things that I grew up with, because I'm in a different culture.
Yeah.
I don't miss the country, I don't miss the bull, I don't miss the crap, I don't miss the assholes or the idiots or the, but you find those everywhere in the world.
Exactly.
So, but I do miss certain things that I grew up with, like black humor.
Oh yeah? Black humor?
I miss the black humor, I miss, hanging out,
Hanging out.
I miss the solidarity in the city, between the people. Like there's a club where you can go and you can find a certain ambiance sort of thing, I haven't found that really in Europe since I've been here. Not just, there used to be a club in Germany, I was living in Germany, there was clubs, young people can always go, you have jams, Down here, zilch.
Okay.
There's no place where cats can come and meet musicians of a certain level or learn from musicians. I miss the whole attitude, the whole musical attitude. Cats are 17, 16, they want to play around here. It's all about demonstrations, No, don't demonstrate to me what you can do. Play for me, play with me, entertain the people. The word entertainment is something which I find is mal compris around here. It's really badly understood. Entertainment,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, that whole entertainment thing is a different thing.
Yeah.
Well, I can get away with it over here because people like my style of entertainment. But I don't find the same atmosphere as I have with most musicians around here. Musicians around here are musicians. That's it. I'm an entertainer. I'm just not a musician. I love the people. So I have to mess with the people. I have to communicate with the people. So it's on a whole different level as a musician.
Yes, yeah, of course. I would like to know, did you ever get some formal training?
Other than military?
Yeah, in music, I would say.
Formal training? I had a voice lesson when I was 12.
One voice lesson?
One voice lesson in church.
In church?
He laid me on the bench and said, okay, take these telephone books, and he laid them on my chest. And then he said, now sing. That was my first voice lesson. I had one. And that brought my whole life, through the whole life of singing. And he taught me how to breathe and singing.
Wow.
I didn't learn how to sing until I learned how to start drinking and smoking.
Okay.
Because you get your voice to kind of how do you say, anesthetize to torture.
Oh yeah, rugged.
Yeah, it gets it rugged. Yeah. But then when I was completely in a state of torpitude, then I started singing. Yeah, because I didn't care about the sound of the voice.
Yeah, okay.
Which is what I found out myself, is the less you care about what you do, the more you can do it to the fullest. You don't be so conscious about playing or doing what you do, And then music lessons, I've never had a music lesson in my life, I never had a guitar lesson. I don't think so. Nobody ever sat down and friends have showed me, like I said, one friend taught me how to tune my guitar, and that was it.
That was it, yeah.
That was it. Then I learned from playing with people. I learned what not to do. I learned what not to do, and I learned to listen. And try and always do the best you can, and don't worry about if you can't do what you think you ought to do. You can only do what you can. So
amazing.
That was my. Tommy Tucker was a good friend from New Jersey. When I met him, I was 18. he wrote High Heel Sneakers.
Okay.
And he told me, he gave me my first golden lessons. He said, take a solo. He said, didn't know how to take a solo. So he said, when you take a solo, do it like this. You open your statement, you do your solo, and then you close your statement. You know, you do your solo. Oh, it makes sense instead of just yapping your mouth all the time.
Yeah, of course.
And then the second golden lesson to me was, don't let anybody tell you what you're supposed to be doing on stage.
Okay.
He told me that in Germany. He said, tell you, man, don't let nobody. When you're on stage, you're the boss. That's what he told me. Which is why I try. That's why I try to uphold, you know, this whole thing to where, okay, I'm working in your club, I'm working in anything, but you gotta know, like, you might be the boss, but I'm doing the show.
Yeah.
Let me do my thing. Like,
Exactly.
you gotta let people know, don't mess with me, you know.
You're the artist on stage, and you're like the boss of the stage during that time.
Yeah, for that time, you know, that time only, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's somebody else's show, I'm not boss on stage. You know, I follow, I do what people ask me to do, and I always do my best. You know.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm there for the people anyway, not for the club owner, not for the cash register. I'm there to play for one person I see in the club moving their head like that, bam, play for that dude,
Good.
or that girl.
Yeah, good lesson. Yeah. So Scott, I noticed that you put on some really funky socks today. What's the story with those socks?
These are my everyday socks. I'm a Marvel fan.
Okay.
I grew up with Hulk and Spider-Man and Captain America and all those dudes, man. So I've been reading them since I was a kid.
Cool.
And when I found there was a Marvel sock shop in Vance,
Oh yeah.
I believe I got them in Vance. Nothing better for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they do good.
Good.
I like them.
So just to wrap up in a minute here, you have some shows coming up in August, right?
Yes, I do. We got a couple of shows coming up in the south of France. They're for in the Estivales.
Yes.
And the first one's on the 10th of August, and the first one is actually in Rouret.
Yeah, I think it's called Le Rouret.
Le Rouret, yeah, Le Rouret, and then the second one is in Bayeux.
It's up in the mountains, yeah.
Up in the hills, up above Comte, up that way.
Yeah.
So I hope to see y'all. I hope to see the people out there, you know, because Bayeux, you really gotta have the rope and the mountain climbing shoes, you know, to get to the get to the place, you know, bring some water, you know, and get dehydrated and whatnot. But it's not that far out. And but Rouret is gonna be cool because it's not far. It's right there. You know?
It's not that far.
You know.
And we can follow you on Facebook, right? Just have to write Scott Allen.
Scott Parker Allen.
Scott Parker Allen.
Right, Scott Parker Allen, because
Scott
you know
Parker
Scott
Allen.
Allen is one page, but there's a whole lot of Scott Allen, but there's only one Scott Parker Allen.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool.
Well, I think so anyway. Scott Parker Allen. Yeah.
Let's play a song, should we?
Oh yeah, man, let's jam.
Another day, staring out of my window, thinking about tomorrow, wishing things were clear. I hear they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I must have a heart of a lion. Just another my love is there forever in my memory. Then I realize that life goes on, even though you're not here with me. I'll wake up looking forward to another day without you. Can't stand it here without you.